Welcome back. We still have our guest, Honorable Lolo Opuende, a member of the River State House of Assembly. They sat today under the speakership of Right Honorable Martin Amaewhule for the first time in a while. He said they stayed away from sitting because they did that in obedience to the judiciary and the court orders of subsisting injunctions, which they say has been lifted by the Court of Appeal, which sat in Abuja last week. We're also joined by a former local government chairman of a Krika local government area in River State. He is also a lawyer, lecturer Honorable Tamuno Williams. He's with us virtually. Honorable Williams, let's quickly give you a chance to comment on what Lolo Opuende of the River State House of Assembly has just said.
A quick one. The Honorable Isaiah has not said anything new, but I take exception to some of his sweeping comments. The people are talking because of pennies. I'm sure he doesn't know me. We've not had an interaction before, so it's unfair for him to say somebody is talking because of pennies. I'm not talking because of pennies. We're not talking about the whole controversy. We're talking simply about the fact that they went to sit as a claim pursuant to the judgment of the Court of Appeal. That's what we're talking about. If we go about to the other issues, I will ask him, they defected from their party against the constitutional provisions. Didn't they read the provisions that when you leave your party to another party, that you vacate your seat? But that's for another day. To what he has said clearly, the point is this: what were the prayers in the suit that led to the matter getting to the Court of Appeal? Because every matter in court is examined by the claim of the parties. Was Mr. Okojombo asking that the Court of Appeal should declare him speaker? That was not the issue. The issue was that restrain these gentlemen from parading themselves as speakers and members, because I am now the speaker and we are now the members of the House of Assembly. That was the issue in dispute. Not to say he was the speaker, he was elected. Those matters were not before the Court of Appeal. And no court of justice will give prayers that were not sought by the parties. Now, when you talk about status quo ante-bellum, you're talking about going to where you were before. Where were they before Okojombo came to the court for judicial intervention? Was he not as a speaker of the House of Assembly? See, let's not go over these matters like a circuit.
Yeah, okay, but Honorable, just before I go back to me, he asked you a question, which, because I don't want him to ask you again. He asked why did Edison Ehie resign as Speaker of the River State House of Assembly? That's someone. He also asked who voted Victor Okojombo to the position of Speaker of the River State House of Assembly.
For Edison Ehie, I'm not his lawyer. Why he resigned is not made public. He knows why he resigned. The reasons he's given doesn't bother me because they're not before our discussion here. Is his colleague, he can ask him. But the point is that as at the time Okojombo and others ascended speaker, in the eye of the law, these gentlemen had vacated their seats. Edison Ehie had declared their seats vacant earlier. So legally speaking, could you have defected from PDP to APC, carrying your flag to say you have defected? You came over to a ceremony at Polo Club, you defected. You still want to retain your seat. The law does not make that provision. There are a plethora of cases when a member of the House of Assembly, Senate, or Reps vacates his seat. Vacates, leave the party that brought him to power. The law says that you will vacate your position. This is not a matter for contention.
Okay, Honorable, thank you. Because of time, I want to move over to the next issue, which is to ask Honorable Lolo Opuende. The River State House of Assembly, led by Martin Amaewhule, has given the governor of River State 7 days to resubmit the budget before it. What happens if the governor does not resubmit the budget before that assembly on the expiration of your ultimatum? What happens?
Well, Kofi Battles, I cannot see anything that will happen. But when there is no budget for a state, by virtue of Section 122, 6 months without presentation of budget within a period of 6 months, you can access money. You can access money from the consolidated account of the state. But the moment it is beyond 6 months, you cannot access money. Whatever thing you do is a misconduct. It's a misconduct. And when it becomes a misconduct, you know where we are heading to. Section 188 can be evoked at any time. But we are not going towards that direction. That's why we are lenient enough to send him a letter today, asking him to present budget to us, not represent. As Oko has gone to appeal. He has gone to appeal at the Supreme Court for this against this judgment. As he rightly mentioned, I have not gotten any document as regards to his appeal. But he has mentioned it that he has gone to appeal. So I can quote him rightly. Now, let's talk about Edison's matter. How did Edison become a speaker when he was suspended with 3 other persons with him? We have 27. They have 3 persons plus Edison 4. How did he become a speaker? Was he voted for? He came through the same Justice Danagogo judgment. And Justice Danagogo judgment was struck out by him himself, this Danagogo. That was how he saved his head at the NJC panel when he was called. But I don't want to go into details. Let's just have that. So you cannot refer to Edison's declaration of assembly members, the legitimate assembly members, as Edison has declared us vacant. So I can come and declare the governor's seat vacant today. Will you accept that, Barrister Tamuno? With due respect, can I do that? No. You don't just allow anybody can just come up in the street and say, we've declared your seat vacant. You are not existing. We are non-existing today. As of today, you are saying we are non-existing. But you are still going to court. Your group is still going to court to bar Chief Justice from having dealings with us. We should be factual in our dealings, in our saying in the public.
Okay, so Lolo, of course, you know what has happened today in River State Court. River State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt issued an ex parte order of interim injunction barring the Chief Judge of the State and the Clerk of the State House of Assembly from dealing with Martin Amaewhule-led State of Assembly. So there's this fear of impeachment, because that's part of the order issued by the judge in this particular matter. Is there a possibility that after the 7 days, the House of Assembly, your House of Assembly, will begin impeachment proceedings? Briefly, very briefly, please, very briefly.
Of course, we are not. That is not the plan. That is not the plan. But we are lenient enough to give him 7 days again, for the interest of peace, for the interest of Rivers people, to present a budget. We don't have budget in Rivers State, and no governor can operate without a budget. So, but we are not preempting that we are going to impeach him. What is it going to do for us? If we impeach him, are we going to be the one to sit there? No.
Okay, all right. Lolo,
in his position.
Isaiah Opuende, let's give Tamuno Williams a chance. Tamuno Williams, what are your thoughts on this issue of re-presenting or resubmitting the budget, and also maybe a fear of impeachment, going by today's injunction, or restraining, interlocutory injunction obtained from the River State High Court?
Yeah, Kofi, I'm just hearing the issue of a High Court injunction, but I think it should be a preemptive move. You recall that before now, without any iota of evidence, there was an impeachment notice. And when a step had been taken previously, there's a high likelihood that step can be taken again. So I think that it was smart, legally speaking, for that move to be made. And the point I want to tell the Honorable is that, look, in all this, let him answer just this question. What is the origin of all this crisis? In legal diagnosis, you must look at the issues. The origin of this crisis is simple. It is that the governor of Rivers State must kowtow, must abide by, must bend back over to certain instructions. Everybody on the street knows that. So
I'm so sorry, please. I'm so sorry. I've just been prompted that we have to go for a quick break so we can pay our bills. We'll be back shortly and we'll continue, and then we'll say goodbye to our guests. Please stay with us.